Okay, so I got asked, I was talking to my son in the car, and I was telling him about my day as we normally do, leaving school, right?
Yeah.
Random 2-hour dismissal. Don't really understand.
Again.
There was one
and
yesterday.
I hope that tomorrow's not early dismissal, because I'm gonna flip out.
Yeah, hopefully. It might be a late arrival if it snows and stuff. But anyway. Try to focus us a little bit. So, we were just having a normal conversation, and I was telling him, I had just remembered I was listening to this song by Lettucey, written by, featuring Kirk Franklin, or Kirk Franklin featuring Lettucey. She sings the whole thing, but I'm pretty sure he wrote it. And it's called If You Don't Mind. And the lyric is, I'll get to the lyric in a second, but I was telling him that I just remembered that I was listening to that song on my way to pick him up, and I wanted to finish it. So maybe I should flip this around so it doesn't feel like I'm staring at myself. I can look at the camera maybe instead and not look so awkward. So, oh, where'd the kid go?
You need to turn it the same way.
What happened? Oh, that's why I had it the other way, huh? Well, I guess if I stare at myself, maybe if we're going to continue this, I'll just get better at it. And I'll learn how not to stare at myself. But right now, this is the best way to do the camera, so we're going to stare at ourselves. Anyway,
Sidebar.
Sidebar, exactly, thanks. So funny. So,
okay, let's get serious.
Serious. So,
I'm trying not to laugh.
all right, sorry guys, sorry. We the reason why we need to focus is because God told me, I was telling him that God was talking to me through this song. I was listening to the song, and when I told him, I was like, yeah, God was talking to me. He was in the back. What did you say? What did you say when I said that?
I said, does God, really talk to you?
Thank you. I was like, really, dude? So, yeah, he said, does God really talk to you? I was like, well, now he does. But it's not like some...
A voice.
Yeah, it's not exactly. Thank you. It's not like a voice. So I was getting ready to describe what that meant. And right then and there, God was like, you need to record this. So I said, okay, we'll record it. So, what God speaking to me, you better focus. If he told us to do this, you really want to play around right now?
No.
I'm sorry. If he told me to do this, can you please not play around? Let me rephrase.
Yes.
Thank you. Gotta love him. Anyway, so, God is crazy. So, okay, I'm getting there. Sorry. So, I'm just downloads. So, how God speaks to me. It's not like a voice.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay to look at me. We can talk. It's okay. They can watch us, and we'll have our conversation. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, I hear
all right.
you.
So, God speaks to me in a way that isn't necessarily a voice, right? It's more so like number one. It's like at least two things kind of going on with me at the same time. Can I tell you? Okay, so first would be like feeling, this really strong feeling. You ever had a really, really strong feeling like you had to do something? And I don't mean like needing to use the bathroom or anything, but just, you ever had a really strong feeling like
I need to do this and that?
This is important. Exactly. This is really important for me. I gotta do this, even though you don't know why. Like, it's just this is, I should do this.
That, like somebody tells you to do, and it's really important, and
then like you remember it, or like that, or like when they tell you, you're like, you know what, that is important, I'm really gonna do that, or something like that. Like that special feeling is your feeling. It's not something that someone can give you. It's a special feeling for you. Does that make sense? If you don't have it yet, you'll probably get it. So start looking for it. So anyway, it's a feeling like that, and then there's a information, right, that just kind of pops up in my head, and I didn't necessarily, I wasn't like searching for it, or I wasn't trying to what should I kind of had a problem, don't get me wrong, because of course, you know, in order for, as I've learned, for God to start talking to me, I had to pray. Everything, the stuff that God's talked to me about, always connected to the things that I prayed about, or the things that I was going through and chose to meditate, or chose to be disciplined and just say, you know what, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm just going to pray about it and do what I'm supposed to do as I feel it, and just be patient, and I'm still struggling with the words.
Flowing through the patience.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't really the thing. So.
That's something. I like that point. I think
that it wasn't the concept.
We're still here. I know we're still here. We're still focused. Yeah. So basically, what it. Sorry, my hands are on the way.
You're blocking the camera, Mom.
So basically, that gut, it's called a gut feeling. That's what people might call it. So it's a gut feeling, and then there's like information that makes that gut feeling make sense. And then what happens though sometimes is people, or what happened to me sometimes is that I would ignore that, or people ignore their gut feelings all the time, and then when things happen, they're like, I knew I should have just did what I was supposed to do. I knew I should have just done something different. So sometimes, at least for me, and I've even heard other people describe it this way too, but for me, it was like it was like, oh man, was
it like, do I need to do what my gut says, or just think more, and then just
think more, or go do something else. Exactly, that's exactly what it's like. So that
there's a lot going in the way, people.
So that
inspired you.
Yeah, I was.
Have all the words.
You're distracting me. You're giving me all the words, but you're distracting me too. As soon as you give me a word, I'm like, what was I gonna say? But it's okay. Just give me a second. Let me get this one out, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, what it felt like was that gut feeling, the information popping in my head, and then I said. And as I've learned, I have a mentor, the founder, Rochelle, Miss Rochelle.
Yeah.
She actually told me to start writing things down. And the funny thing, you remember the class I told you I'm getting ready to start? Mm-hmm. I guess God's telling me this is what I'm going to use it for. I did, guys, I really didn't even think about this. It really just popped in my head just now. Wow. So it makes everything even more so relevant.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
and you want to thank you. You're right. Let's have our praise.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
What as far as the school I'm talking about, they told us we had to practice recording ourselves and speaking so that they could critique it and give us feedback. So guys, this is exactly like what I want to do. I'm just gonna make a left and go ahead and finish this. this is exactly what I want to do. And I didn't know it was all this, but this, I guess, what just went on. Maybe even because I've been saying my kid's really smart and
Every time.
He's pretty. I love him. Like it's crazy and he's silly, but I love him to death. But so this is my philosophy as a single parent. This is what as you can see, I don't talk to my child the way I've heard other people talk to their kids. I can't talk, but I talk to him on a level that I could talk to an adult friend of mine. He talks to my adult friends the same way and has his own relationships with them. One thing I was really scared of, I guess, with my situation of becoming a single parent, which I can introduce and maybe record that another time because I do have 5 minutes left, so I don't want to necessarily do this totally back. This is funny. It's totally backwards. The content, then the introduction, and then
sorry. My cat's over the pigs. Ow!
Stop, Mari, stop. So, that introduction. So, but my philosophy because of how I became a single parent, I was 24 years old, college graduate, but not quite in my field yet. And not the struggle story, but it was my struggle story coming from 2-parent household and suburbia, going to college and everything else. It's like, whoa, give me a second, calm down. I will explain suburbia. For those, the young, I don't think they're any young. That's going to, the audience I'm talking to, they don't have any young people. But for you, suburbia is like the areas where there's a lot of houses and trees, and not the city. It's the opposite kind of the city, and not quite the country where there's a lot of farm.
This is like Hawaii.
Don't worry about all that. See, this is why I didn't want to explain that. I knew we were going to make a laugh. So this is my philosophy, and just having this type of relationship, because I got 3 minutes, and I'm trying to pace myself. So as you guys can see, this was not prepared. So this is not what I would do. But right now you're getting fresh the content as I've been getting it and what I've been struggling with. So this is also going to help you guys, help me. Even process what I'm going through, because I'm sure you guys may be able to relate in your own way. So I'm so grateful. I'm grateful. And everything that I'm receiving, and even in this moment right now, it's all coming full circle. I'm a 5-step thinker, and sometimes it's quick and wrong, and sometimes it's quick and on point.
Quick and right.
Yeah, quick and on point. So, right, this is one of those taking my time. Then I can see the connection quick and on point right now. But this is what I want to do. I want to take this philosophy and help my community understand that it starts right here. And no, we don't necessarily have, that traditional or perfect family yet. So I guess my audience could be, single parents or other people that deal with it. But really, I feel like my audience can be anybody that cares about wanting to change the situation for us as a Black community and our generations, that understands that even if I'm great and amazing and get it all done and free myself, if he doesn't, it doesn't matter to me. You're playing again with something that's serious. See, I still parent with a strong hand. And I'm grateful for learning how to still parent with a strong hand, with love. But and it's still developing, because we can have bad days. You calm down. You relax yourself. That's not for this. But that's my truth. He ain't lying, but you calm down after that, because he'll go on. with all that being said, I want to be able to help our people just understand that, yeah, we have a lot of pain. Our love was birthed through a painful situation. But going through that journey of self-work and self, and reaching out and understand that even though people say self-work, that I can't actually do it all by myself, and understanding that I have to have some sort of community. And yeah, I had to figure out what that was for me. And for me, I'm a type of person to even entertain a lot of different people's ideas of what that is. And unfortunately, in my life, I used to do a lot of things that was entertaining a lot of people different ideas of living, and not figuring out how I needed to live. As many of us probably do. I think it's just a part of growing up. So with that, I want to be able to teach anybody that's willing to listen, and I can't wait to figure out exactly who that is or how to find those people. I mean, you guys gave me some great nuggets yesterday to start looking into that. But, to be able to go into getting our people to understand that you have to heal so that you can create a generational something. All you're going to do is pass the buck. And that passing the buck is the worst thing that we do to ourselves. And it's so sad. And I don't say that I used to be very angry about it. I used to be very angry. You can ask my parents and anyone that I've ever talked to, and during my journey of healing, during my journey of healing, I went through that anger and all that. I don't need a phone call right now. I'm trying to phone calls. Calm down. Okay, but I'll take that as a sign to wrap it up. So I want to be able to take that philosophy, and I didn't give you all the nuggets or the pieces, but this is like one big introduction and kind of how the information just dropped on me. But I would want to organize this, like if I could take this and edit it and do more with it. Take this and refine it to the point that I could go and speak to people. And give them that philosophy and give that perspective that if we don't start to work together regardless of our hurts and our pains, because if anyone can, like, everyone has to agree that we've been through pain. And so many people have different debates and arguments that, well, y'all need to let that go. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It does. And that's why we have nonprofits. And that's why we have all these amazing organizations, these groups that I'm hoping to work with to bring, visuals to that. Organizations like my Single Parent Achievers group that help me personally, and bring them to the discussion to explain their perspective and their expertise in that, and how that connects to the same people like you guys that's trying to help the generational wealth and getting off the plantation and that woke side of everything, as well with the pastor that wants you to be with that emotional connection, because that release of funds and financial, you'll be okay. I'm almost done. Do you want to go in the house and start homework? I don't want to bore you because I can't have that on the side of my screen. So I get. You alright? Okay. Y'all, he almost was out. So taking all that information and oh, goodness, come on. Taking all that information and providing it in a way that helps everyone understand that we're all right. It's not one, you have to find the niche for you. And that's where, that spiritual walk and that personal thing and that figuring out what that is for you comes in. Because I really feel like that's how God talks, creator, God, whatever. We all got a jumbled mess. Like anybody that's seemingly woke or has done actually any historical information on your religion and really looked into where could Jesus actually have been born and all this other stuff outside of just that Bible, you will know that Africa and our ancestors are brown and all the, you know, I'm not going to go into all that because that has to do with me and my personal beliefs, and I'm not necessarily, I'm here to give some of my perspective, but in due time as I learn how to articulate that. But you know, I think we're all a little right. I think there is a little bit of right in all of us. And if we can take a step back, outside of our hurt, because I think we've been taught to judge. We've been taught and brainwashed to give everything the side eye. And then there's also the other side that everyone's like, well, we're way too inclusive. You don't have to agree with, you don't have to go do it. You don't even have to agree with it. But being able to at least understand it is the beginning of it, and teaching taking my professional organizational change management skill set and providing that, via speaking, providing that skill set to nonprofits, to teachers, to community, to internet world, like I said, anybody. I don't know the format, and that's why when you guys are asking, how to choose, I was like, I could go any direction. And that's why I really liked what Lawrence was saying, that I think you can actually start anyway. It just depends on what that really resonated with me right there in that moment. There's something that helped me be able to articulate that to you guys today. So I'm going to wrap this up at 21 minutes. Went a little bit over 15, but if I had a 30-minute window for the presentation I'm trying to do, with single parents, the single parent of the year speech / launch thing, I figured 20 minutes, border side of caution of what you guys wanted to see for an attempt. So I want to give you guys content of what I'm trying to do, especially because of the short turnaround that I have. Plus, I want to give you who I am so that you guys can, because I'm a hands-on learner, and it got to be customized, and you guys are seemingly very open to that in the population, with the understanding of the population side. So here's my video. Can't wait for the feedback. I'm gonna give you as much as I can with what you guys allow me to send. This is my kid Jamari Matthews.
Hello.
Was that Toothless? And I'm Jana Matthews, and
Two teeth are gone.
Yep. How old are you?
And I'm 7 years old, and I got 2 teeth that are gone.
You got way more than that. I need you to count better, kid. Well, the other ones are coming back. Okay, you got it. My bad.
And this is a grown one.
It is grown. Okay, and I'm 32.
Much older than I am.
Wow. All right. See you guys Thursday.
Bye-bye.